You ever just wonder what a Bulbasaur tastes like? I was thinking about this the other day because if you think about it, I've never once, while walking through, Hoenn or any of the random ass places in Pokemon, I never once ever saw a Chipotle anywhere. I never once saw a Texas Roadhouse. So I start to think a little bit. You got an area, a world. You got the wild, man. You got little rat-a-tats running everywhere, you know what I mean? So, what do they eat? You know what I mean? I start to think about this a little bit, and I'm like, Bulbasaur would probably be good, man. You can grill that up. It's got a house salad on its back, man. I mean, what's it gonna do? Is it gonna vine whip me or something? I'm into that kind of shit. So I start to think a little bit about what the world of Pokemon would be like back in the day, and I want you guys to understand this is gonna be an interesting commentary. If you guys want a part 2, let me know down in the comments below. But I start to think a little bit more in depth about how things work. I mean, can Pokemon be realistic in a sense? Because I think they give us the G-rated stuff for children, because they'd be eating all the random stuff there. I mean, rock Pokemon are safe. I ain't gonna fucking grind my teeth on a Geodude, if you know what I'm saying. They probably are overpopulating like shit. But speaking of which, like, think about it a little bit. Is it gonna be realistic? Like, are you gonna walk into a pet store and see like an Onix sitting in a glass cage? I mean, is it realistic like that? Be it that they're going to be overstocked on Onixes because they look like giant rock turds, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, is there could you imagine Pokemon being like a realistic type thing where people are sitting there and, expecting everything out of it? I mean, I don't think it's as cute and cuddly as they expect, with Pikachu walking side by side with Mr. Asscatcher, and, I don't know if it's really that kind of experience or something. So it makes you think a little bit. What do they eat? What do they do there? I mean, is it really that crazy? And I start to think about that kind of stuff where you can just like capture stuff. But I understand what human nature's like. So we probably turn our Pokemon into slaves. I don't think it's about teamwork and synergy. I think it's more about, yo, I got this Jiffy Pop. Can you pop my popcorn, Charmander? And just straight up shove that stuff on his tail. And you've got instant popcorn, you know what I mean? I'd use the shit out of my Charmander. I want a nice nuked burrito, stick it in his butt, pull it right out, 3 seconds flat, you got yourself a nice fucking burrito. So, you start to think that as humans, we're selfish, we're greedy, so we'd want to use our Pokemon for crazy, crazy things. And, Squirtle! My car's dirty as fuck, water gun! You know what I mean? It's like, what do you do? I think we would treat our Pokemon so horribly, and there'd be crime. What would Michael Vick do to an Arcanine, right? There ain't nothing he's gonna fucking do to that. So I guess animal abuse to an extent would be kind of killed, but I mean, there's so many things to think about. And I started to think about, there's really weird things I think about when I'm in bed. Most people think about flopping boobies. I think about what a Bulbasaur would taste like. It's just, I know I'm weird, but whatever. It turns out to be a good commentary topic. So you start to think a little bit, like, how would Pokemon be in real life? Not if you were thrown in Pokemon World, not if you were thrown over to Johto, but in fact if they were brought here. Like, if all of a sudden tomorrow you walked outside in the high grass and you heard the music cue and you're like, oh snap, a wild Meowth appeared. What would you do? Would you rob that motherfucker of all his gold coins? Would you be like, oh, that's cute? Because, my wife's afraid of cats. She'd probably kill it. And you got to think about that. How would crime work there? But, that's just a little food for thought for you guys. I don't know if you've ever thought about Pokemon in that way, or Pokemon, however you want to say it. But thanks for watching, guys. Remember to leave a like and favorite. If you guys want a part 2, let me know.